Sometimes the universe tries you. If you've been on a spiritual path for any amount of time, I'm confident that you'll understand the sentiment. If you subscribe to the notion that knowledge is ever increasing and that there is ever increasing potential for growth, then it stands to reason that enlightenment itself is not a static state and that there are degrees to it, as well as plateaus that offer respite, but which could easily become traps of complacency if you get too comfortable occupying that space. Growth requires effort, and the pressure that gets exerted on those who aspire to ascend to greater heights in any fashion, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, or otherwise, is an intense pressure. It's something that is amplified even further the more that you attempt to accelerate your progress, or the higher up on that proverbial ladder that you climb. This is the path to mastery, and there is a multitude of ways and of things in which you could potentially master. The book, Mastering Magick by Auryn, is the follow-up to his highly acclaimed Psychic Witch, which I reviewed earlier on this channel. The book, like the previous one, speaks from the point of view of Matt's cosmogony, and in it, he offers a template that can assist those who tread through their own magical path. I'm Wayne from Rodney Illustrations, creator of the Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot, published by US Games Systems. Thank you for visiting this channel. Today, I'm quite happy to be delivering my review and thoughts on Mastering Magick by Auryn, so please make yourself comfortable with your beverage of choice. Remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons and share with your friends. And let's dive in. Like Psychic Witch, the tone of Mastering Magick is relatable, making it very easy to digest. The author himself stated in an interview from another channel that he took great care in his effort to make something that many people would be able to work with, including people with aphantasia and those that occupy the neurodivergent space. This speaks volumes about the author and what he's all about. Clearly, he cares about his audience, and I get the impression that he's doing what he can to be inclusive in transmitting his message. The book, Mastering Magick, also features collaborations with other magical practitioners that include spells and perspectives, which add even more depth and insight to an already solid effort. The foreword to the book is written by Silver Ravenwolf, author of Solitary Witch, who gives the book high praise and encourages seekers to dive in, and so we shall. The book commences with a very powerful Chapter 1 entitled Embracing the Power of the Witch. This asks you to claim, and in some cases even reclaim, your own power, and gives advice for you to prepare yourself in order to access the experiential wisdom of the magical mysteries. In this chapter, Matt first reaffirms that much of the driving force behind magic is mental, and then he gives an excellent reason as for why he believes that physical objects, otherwise known as materia, are important in magical practice. In this chapter, he also looks at the nuances between spells and prayer, discusses the witch's alphabet, and offers suggestions on what to do with the remnants left over from your spell work. The visualization exercises, prayers, and spells included in this chapter balance it out very nicely. In general, I think that the content in each chapter is so rich that they could be expanded into books themselves, and at the very least, they give the reader an excellent jumping point to conduct their own research and to take things in whichever direction they want. Chapter 2, Understanding Spellcasting, goes into the mechanics and the mindset behind magical work, speaking about making shifts in consciousness, engaging with the senses and emotions, practical considerations, and ethics. I appreciate that this chapter also speaks about how to improvise when things don't go 100% according to plan. This chapter includes a nice candle spell by Astoria Taylor for learning how to listen to your intuition. The chapter also defines ritual consciousness as operating in the alpha brainwave state and gives a few different exercises on how one might potentially be able to access this state. Chapter 3 is entitled Approaching the Mysteries. This sees a return to Matt's cosmological symbolism of the 3 souls and 3 cauldrons and how it all compares to alchemy. Also included in this chapter is a breakdown of the Hermetic principles from the Kabbalion, I've seen a lot of people in the metaphysical and wellness spaces reference these 7 principles these days. However, while on the surface it might seem like regurgitated information, Matt also includes a reinterpretation of some of the principles and then also explains why the language of this text, which was early 1900s, may be problematic in modern day times in some cases. And he offers alternative methods of understanding the essence of what they're about. Chapter 4 discusses cleansing and protection and gives a very valuable aid to making sure people are aware and prepared enough with the essentials of understanding how to protect themselves and their space while doing magical work. This chapter is magnificently populated with tons of spells from the author and guest contributors like Benabel Wen, Christopher Penchak, and others. Chapter 5, Spiritual Shapes and Spiritual Places, gives the reader an overview of the energetic qualities of geometrical shapes and solids, specifically circles, crosses, triangles and pyramids, squares and cubes, and how one might be able to utilize their knowledge of the attributes for work on the micro and macro levels. This chapter also has a good deal of practical exercises and experiments. Chapter 6, The Inner and Outer Tools, focuses on the 4 elements plus spirit, their correspondences, and in the case of the acclaimed, even touches on disputed correspondences. In that vein, the implements of the ritual, like the altar and the ceremonial tools that assist the practitioner in working with these energies, are addressed. The chapter is rounded out with nice visualization exercises. Chapter 7, Syncing with the Sun, the Moon, and the Seasons, discusses magical timing in greater detail. Even though in some of the earlier spells, magical timing is referenced, this chapter elaborates on the historical, symbolic, and practical why of it all, with the astrological and cyclical factors of nature being taken into consideration. Chapter 8, The Planetary Energies, continues along the same path as Chapter 7, giving correspondences to the 7 classical planets. I would consider this as a primer to planetary magic if the student wishes to go deeper. I recommend this book for practitioners who are looking for a template and as an excellent reference book for those who might not have the ability to collect and compile several books on the subjects covered therein. The book pairs very well with its predecessor. I can just imagine that a lot of us are very curious at this point about what Matt has up his sleeve for his next book. Thank you for watching this video. Your support means everything. I'd really appreciate it if you like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thank you. I'm Wayne from Rodney Illustrations, creator of the Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot Deck, published by US Games Systems. Links to everything are included in the description of this video. Peace and blessings.